One of the other great things about Inktense blocks is they dry very quickly because they are an ink. So they have lots of pigment within the pastel, and then you add the water and it just transforms the picture very quickly, and they dry within about 20 minutes to half an hour usually, whereas you can wait a lot longer for watercolours and for poster paints and other types of paint to dry. Although some paints like acrylic can be very quick drying as well. Now, I said that I had a secret that would help us with small mistakes we might make on our picture that we need to tidy up. And this is the secret. So I have a gold metallic marker pen. This is a Staedtler one, but there are lots of different brands. And I'm going to use it to outline the cat. Now, Laurel Birch used lots of gold in her pictures, particularly when she was working on her cats. So this is very appropriate for this picture. I am going to take it slow and steady because I don't want to make any mistakes. I just want to have a really lovely gold outline to start with that goes all the way around. Now, you might find it easier to start on a small section rather than a long section, and you'll probably also find it easier with a smudge sheet. So I'm going to begin with the ears, and I'm going to take the gold pen all round the edge, and look at that already. I've only done one ear and I'm excited. I will admit I do like a bit of bling, a little bit of sparkle, a little bit of gold or silver or bronze. Makes me very excited. There we go. And this is covering up our black pen, but the black pen was just to help us paint within the areas that we'd marked out. Right, there we are, there's the head outlined. And now I'm going to have a go at this long area down here. Move it across slightly. Oops. And I'm going to work my way all the way around, and I'm also going to mark down. In fact, actually I'm going to do that bit first because it's easier. Sometimes it's good to build your confidence on the easier bits before tackling a harder bit. So now I have a Royal Birch cat outlined in gold. Whoa, lovely. For the next step, I'm going to need my basic pattern designs and also possibly my advanced pattern design ideas, and that would be this sheet here, for having lots of different ideas. But if you're not confident with these types of patterns, you can produce a beautiful piece of work just using the basic pattern designs. So I'm going to need a slightly thicker pen to start with. You might want to use your fine Sharpie if you have one, or the outside of your felt tip. And I'm going to work in this area here because I want it to stand out really well. And all I'm going to do to start with, I'm just going to check that my pen is working before I draw on my lovely painted picture. Just check that my pen is working properly. And I'm going to begin by drawing freehand triangles. Now, this is the other thing that I like about using the Inktense blocks or watercolours. They leave a really smooth surface for drawing on. And that's really useful. For this, it's exactly what I wanted. The triangles don't need to be the same size. In fact, it's fun if they're not. But you do need to be careful with joining the lines if you can. That will make a big difference. I think I might just take it to there and then see how I feel. So when I've got that pattern in, then I'm going to take a slightly thinner pen and I'm going to create an aura. So I'm going to draw 2 triangles inside each triangle. Now here I can't quite see all of the triangle, so I've just drawn part of it. Right, so once I've got my pattern to that stage, then need to shade in the centre of each triangle. So the ones that are very small, I'm just going to use my fine nib on, and the ones that are a bit bigger, I will use my thicker nib on. Here is my finished cat, and there are just a couple of things that I wanted to share with you that you might find helpful. So firstly is that I've used the gold pen with my black marker pens to create highlights in my patterns, and I think that's been really effective and is very in the style of Laurel Birch, so that's been a really good thing. And I've just filled in, I haven't filled in all the areas. It's good to have some areas that are just the colour, because otherwise if you put patterns everywhere it becomes a little bit too busy and complicated. And the other thing I wanted to mention is that I've used my black pens just to go under some of my gold lines, and in that particular one I've gone over, I didn't want to go under that one. And that just helps to bring out the detail in the face and also in the paws. The black pen is acting a little bit like a shadow, so it's just giving it a little bit more detail, a little bit easier to see, and a slight, just a tiny 3D effect. Not much of one, but a little bit. And there's my cat. I'm really happy with that, and I hope you will be really happy with yours.